I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced the dilemma where you want a great phone but don't want to spend that much money for it. Well, this would not be possible if we were in 2015, but today the world has changed. With all the budget devices taking flight, you will not be disappointed with what you can get for just $400. This is Alan from Inglorious Tech, and today I'm going to tell you why I bought the Honor 8. You guys have probably seen all the phone reviews or comparison from other sources. In this video, I will mainly focus on my methods in choosing a phone that best fits my requirements. I have boiled it down to 3 steps on how I managed to eliminate the competition in order to decide what was best for me. Step 1. Define the user's needs. Different people have different needs. You have to understand that what I'm looking for in the device may not align with your criteria. You may seek for high audio quality, Quad HD screen, or removable battery. In contrast, I'm actually buying a phone for my girlfriend as a birthday present. As you know, girls like phone with simple design, long-lasting battery, and a good camera, so I'm going to base my search around that. With that said, I would definitely suggest you to list down 5 departments in the phone that really matter to you. For me, it's the price, hardware, software and performance, camera, and battery. Here is an overview of what I'm looking for in each category. As you can see, my budget is around $400, so no Samsung, no LG, Pixel, or Apple for me. These phones cost way too much, and I don't think it's worth it to spend that much money on a smartphone, especially in a time where budget devices are more prominent than ever. The hardware is pretty straightforward, the design needs to be simple, it's under 5.5 inch, and light to hold. Moving on to software and performance. I personally enjoy stock more than any other skins out there, but she said she actually liked the TouchWiz from my S7 Edge. Say what? So in this case, any UI in the market would do for her. She's switching from an iPhone 6, so I'm looking for a device that provides the same fluidity and smooth experience with zero lag. Some people may not think this is their priority, they can live with a hiccup here and there, but in my opinion, lags really kill the vibe of using a phone. What I'm looking for in a camera is to have a decent front and back shooter with fast shutter speeds and provides sharp images and great colors. It doesn't need to have the capability to shoot 4K video or anything fancy. The size of the battery and how the phone utilizes it is very important. It needs to provide at least 4 hours of screen on time and good standby time. My girlfriend's work requires a lot of traveling, so a strong battery life is a must. Fast charging will be a plus. Step 2. Define and analyze your options. So what options do you have based on your budget? If you're like me with about $400 in your pocket, you can go with the Excellent 7, OnePlus 3, Moto Z Play, Idol 4S, Nexus 6P, and the Honor 8. After knowing your options, you can go ahead and do some research, eliminate the ones that you don't like, and see which phone best fits your criteria. On top of my research, I thought it'd be very helpful to get a physical feel of each device before I make a decision. So I went to Best Buy and tried out all the phones available around my price range. I'm going to briefly go over on why I didn't select some of these devices. I dropped the Moto Z Play because of the awkward looking fingerprint scanner in the front, and I heard many users have complained about constantly pressing it as a home button. While the phone packs a monster battery and provides Motorola's promising stock Android experience, the aesthetic aspect of the phone drives me away from it. I also can see my girlfriend taking advantage of the modularity because she just wants something simple. Plus, you have to pay more for those fancy add-ons. I had many doubts when I decided to omit the Nexus 6P. I have always wanted a Nexus device, and receiving the latest software update from Google, I definitely wouldn't mind the 5.7 Quad HD AMOLED screen and the slick metal finish on the back. But ultimately, I'm not buying a phone for myself. From her perspective, the display is way too big and the weight is on the heavier side. Also, the 32GB version starts at $449 with no SD storage, which is a bit over my budget. Despite the clean and snappy software, it falls short in the hardware department and price. Step 3. Pick your poison. At the end, you will probably end up with 2-3 phones that you really want. They pretty much have the same specs, same price, and overall give you a similar user experience. You have to really think about which phone will provide you with the most benefits, and whether all features on the phone will be practical and useful to you. For me, it all comes down to the Excellent 7 and Honor 8. Why did I choose the Honor 8 over the Excellent 7? Honestly, if I were to make a purchase for myself and not for my girlfriend, I'd probably go for the XN7. Comparing it to Honor 8, the software is closer to stock Android in my opinion, and the front-firing speakers really blow other competition out of the water. In addition, it's got an outstanding battery, gorgeous 2K display, and crazy specs for gaming. So what's not to love about this phone? Well, to me this type of metal design is leaned towards men. The overall body is bigger, wider, and thicker than the Honor 8, which makes it harder to reach across the entire screen with your thumb. Also, I really didn't like the non-illuminated capacitive keys. From what I've heard, it's very difficult to use it in dark environments. The camera also receives mediocre reviews from many reviewers. Now, let's talk about the Honor 8. The build quality is where the Honor 8 truly shines. This is something that you really gotta see yourself to believe it. I myself is a metal person, but when I saw and held this phone in person, I was like, oh shit! The phone's back offers striking reflections, bounced through 15 layers of glass. With a clear case from Amazon, it's smudge-free. Software and performance-wise, it's snappy with no lags during the past 3 days, and the Kirin 950 is no slouch comparing to the Snapdragon 820. Simply said, it's more than enough to handle daily tasks such as watching movies, playing games, and browsing webs. As for Huawei's EMUI, it's actually not that bad pairing with a smart key on the back of the phone. The fingerprint scanner is blazing fast comparing to my OnePlus 3, and it also acts as a utility button to quick launch your camera, flashlight, or take a screenshot. This works very consistently and I find it really helpful. However, other smart assistances like knuckle gestures or motion controls are pretty trash in my opinion, so I don't recommend using them until the next software update. The camera itself is pretty decent on the Honor 8. I was pretty hyped about the dual 12 megapixel camera. One sensor takes color photos while the other takes monochrome shots. With the fast shutter speeds and wide aperture, altogether they form one cohesive image with great depth of field. In terms of battery, I get about 4 hours of screen on time on the Honor 8, which is pretty adequate. Although both the XN7 and Honor 8 support fast charging, Honor 8 requires you to use only Huawei's proprietary charger to quick charge your device, just like the OnePlus 3. You get about 50% in just 30 minutes, a little weaker than the OnePlus 3 and the latest Qualcomm standard, but it gets the job done nevertheless. Overall, Honor 8 takes the cake by having a better design and camera. Everything else was pretty on par with the XN7, as I believe the XN7 does provide a slightly longer battery life. 3 things that really stood out to me were the Quicksilver fast fingerprint scanner, the useful smart key, and the high-end glassy finish. If I had enough money, I would snatch the XN7 within the blink of an eye. It's an incredible device with very few flaws. When it comes to choosing a device for yourself, you cannot expect a perfect all-around phone. List 3 to 5 things that really matter to you. Do some research and see which phone will blend in with your daily activities. Also, no matter what you pick, there are always useful tools out there to make your phone awesome. If your phone comes with a heavy skin, go to the Play Store and install some launchers and third-party themes. If your phone lacks audio quality or loudness, get a cheap Bluetooth speaker on Amazon. With all that said, smartphones these days can do so much more than you can imagine. As long as they perform well in the categories you desire, you should be good to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know if there's anything specific that I should improve on. If you have any questions, feel free to note it down on the comment section below. I will try my best to put out more videos more frequently. That'll do it for me. This is Alan from Inglorious Tech, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.